Are you currently living in California and you're looking at moving to Tyler, Texas? Then stick around because this video is for you. What I'm going to do today is going to go over some of the things that you may want to know and put them all in one place so we can make your transition from being a Californian to a Tyler Texan as seamless and as smooth as possible. All of that coming up right after this. Howdy everyone, and welcome back to the channel. For those new here, my name is Ronnie Withers, and if you want to know what it's like to live, eat, work, sleep and play in Tyler, Texas and the surrounding East Texas area, go ahead and smash that subscribe button and give the notification bell a tiny little tap so you are the first to be notified on any Tyler, Texas market updates. I'm starting to get calls every single day of people just like you, people wanting to move from California and relocate to Tyler. If that sounds like you, go ahead and give me a call, shoot me a text or send me an email. And what we can do, we can sit down and we can analyze, make a game plan and figure out how to get you into your dream Tyler home. Without further ado, there are many people from California who are deciding, for many different reasons, to come and relocate here to Tyler, Texas. What I plan to do on this video is give you a little bit of an idea exactly the differences between California and Texas in general. So we're going to start with talking about the people. Now I know that California is so big, the people are very different no matter where you go. You've got the big cities like Los Angeles, you've got San Francisco and areas like that, and then you have like the hills and you have the rural areas of California. For this purpose, I'm going to be talking about more of the big city people. So one thing that you need to know is the people of Tyler, Texas are really, really friendly. So it's the southern charm, the southern politeness, the western charm, I guess. And these people are very friendly and they'll always want to talk to you. For example, you'll go into a grocery store and you'll get in line and you'll speak to an old lady for 20 minutes just talking about your groceries or about how the day's going. So just be prepared for that. If you're coming from one of the biggest cities in California where people kind of keep to themselves, then you'll just want to be prepared that when you get to Tyler, Texas, everyone's going to want to speak to you. They're going to be asking so many questions. You may think it's none of their business, but that's just them showing their love, showing how friendly they are, and that's what you get here in Tyler. Now, along those same lines, and in the same breath of me calling Texans and Tyler Texans really friendly, you will find some people who really don't like change here in Texas, and especially people coming from California. So you Californians, just keep your eyes open and just be prepared that some people, when you tell them that you're from California, they won't really like that and they won't be too open to it. Now, these people just exist and you've got to brush them off, and there's going to be plenty of jokes made at your expense. I'm from England. It's pretty similar with me, but people coming from California, the main thing is people don't like change. And one of the points I'm going to bring up later is kind of like the political side. And people think that people coming from California bring in all the left-wing politics here. And that's what they don't like. So some people, you will find some small-minded people who don't like people from California moving here, but you just got to dismiss that and push past it. One of, if not the biggest change that you'll notice from California to Tyler, Texas is the cost of living. So there are so many things that go into cost of living, and I'm only gonna have time to speak about a couple of them here, but in general, all in all, Texas and Tyler, Texas is 71% cheaper than living in California on average, which is ridiculous. So let me take the biggest one, which is housing. So let's take an average 3-bed, 2-bath house, and you have that house in California, and on average, that will cost you around $729,000. If we take that exact house, we pick it up and we plop it in Tyler, Texas, that house will be worth $291,000. So you can take your California house and buy 2.5 houses here in Tyler. That just goes to show you how cheap the houses are here in Tyler compared to California on average. I spoke to a guy from California a couple of weeks back, and he was a hard-working blue-collar guy, and he owned his home in California, and it was a small home, it was a tiny home, and he managed to sell that, and for the cash that he got for that, he brought it here to Tyler in East Texas, and he managed to live like absolute royalty, and he managed to get a mansion-sized house with a couple of acres, all for the price that he got from selling his old house. And he had cash, he closed in 2 weeks, and he was set just from working hard in California, and keeping that blue collar job. Now, this is one thing, if you can keep your job that you currently have in California, you can maybe work from home, you can work online, then the salary that you get is going to be way above average here in Texas. So if you can keep that, your standard of living is going to be so much higher just because our cost of living here in Tyler is so low. And also, as I'm sure you know, but if you don't, I'll let you know, we have no state income tax, which is amazing. I absolutely love that. So no, you're not paying any state income tax on the money that you're earning. You get to keep more of it. Compared to you guys in California, you're paying one of the highest state income tax rates in the US. So that is one thing that I'm seeing a lot from people coming from California, is they're coming because of that really high income tax. Now, we do have a much higher property tax rate here in Tyler. It's hovering around 3%, 3.5%. But with that said, even with that, the overall cost of living is so much less here in Tyler. Gas is less. Gas with you guys in California at the moment on average is around $4.38 a gallon. Compare that to Tyler, we're at around $2.50. So we've got such cheaper gas. We have, our groceries are cheaper. Our housing, like I just said, is a lot cheaper. Those taxes that you're going to pay in California are 62% higher than you'd pay here in Tyler. So just keep that in mind. Let that number kind of work around your head a little bit. 62% higher, even with those property taxes that we've got here in Tyler, 62% higher. So your money is going to go so much further here in Tyler compared to California. So just be prepared for that, and it's a nice little happy surprise to have. Next thing to keep in mind is the weather. Now, I know you guys have absolutely lovely weather there in California. And got to admit, we don't really have any beaches. I mean, we've got Galveston, but would you class that as a beach? But here in Tyler, no beaches. We've just got pine trees everywhere. It's like the pine forest here in East Texas. We get very hot in the summer as well as you guys. You guys get hot. You're hot all months of the year. We get very hot, but we also get very humid. So if you're not used to humidity, just be prepared. You're going to be sweating a lot. It's going to be in the 100s. It's going to be uncomfortable. You're going to have to keep your air conditioning all the time, and you're just going to be sweaty. So that's just, remember that, and don't let it surprise you when it comes. Also, in Texas, we have all 4 seasons. Now, I will say we have mild seasons. We have a very hot summer. We have a couple of days of freezing in the winter. We just actually had a couple of days of freezing a couple of days ago, but you're not going to have extended winters. We have really lovely falls. The leaves turn nice and orangey red. It's absolutely beautiful. So we do get all 4 seasons, which is amazing. We don't just have heat all of the time. So if you're someone who likes that and likes the different seasons, then you're gonna love Tyler, you're gonna love Texas. Just be prepared for these things. Caring for your pipes in the winter when it freezes. Our houses here in Texas aren't built for the cold. Prepared for tornadoes. Now, we are supposedly sitting in Tornado Alley, but it's kind of a bit north of us in northeast Texas, which really gets the tornadoes. So freezing pipes, tornadoes, and be prepared for that hot and sweaty summer. And you're prepared for all those things, you'll be good. And remember to prepare in advance, because people go out and panic buy for tornadoes, people go and buy up all the plumbing supplies for freezing pipes. So just be prepared and you'll be all set. One massive thing that was a huge deal for me, and is why I didn't move to a huge city, is Tyler. You have the city of Tyler, which is around 120,000 people. And then you go out, you don't have to go far to go to the suburbs. Like for example, I live in Bullard, which is 30 minutes south of Tyler. And these small suburbs are really small, not very many people in them. And you have a nice bit of land around there as well. And it's only at most a 25-30 minute drive into Tyler. Now, if you go to some of these big cities, if you go to the big cities in California, it's going to be a while until you get out into spacious land where you can have an acre or so of land for not too expensive. I mean, it's California, so it's going to be expensive, but you're going to have to drive a while. If you want to live in LA and you want to live in the suburbs for somewhere that's relatively cheap, it's not going to happen in LA for one, but two, you're going to have to be an hour out, which is the nice thing about Tyler. You don't have to live in Tyler. You can live 30 minutes either way and you're in the sticks. You're in a lovely area with nice land, lovely neighbors, and you're all set. And 30 minutes isn't too bad to drive. I do it every day. It really isn't bad. So that's the nice thing about Tyler being such a small town. Things are so spread out, but also compact at the same time, if that makes sense. The last couple of things, like I mentioned earlier, is the politics. Now, I'm not gonna try and bring too much politics in here, but it's just got to be said that if you're coming from California and you're living in a small conservative town and you move to Tyler, you'll be fine. Like, you'll fit in completely fine. However, if you're moving from California and your political views are very left wing and you're gonna come to Tyler and you're gonna try and change a lot of things, people really don't like that. So Tyler is one of the most conservative cities in America. It is very, very conservative. People are very nice, but they don't like when you try to change their mind. So this is the reason I brought up earlier why people don't really like it when people say they're from California, because they think they're bringing left-wing politics over to a very conservative area. So just keep that in mind, that we here in Tyler, we're very conservative, and you will get that vibe. I don't really like the word vibe, but you will get that feeling that when you come to Tyler, it's very conservative. People like traditional values, and people just very much don't like people coming and trying to change things. Along with that, Texas in general is very pro Second Amendment, very pro Second Amendment.
I've been sent to spread the message. God bless Texas.
You take that for what you will, but here in Texas, it's constitutional carry, so you have a lot more good guys carrying guns, which is what we need in this country to stop the bad people doing so. So Texas, very little laws to prevent your freedoms compared to California, which I've heard is very, very strict on what you can and can't do, what you can and can't buy. We still need to go through the same background checks, we need to go through the same process, but we are not restricted on our Second Amendment freedoms. And that was just a quick whistle-stop tour of some of the things that you need to keep in mind when moving from California to Tyler, Texas. I don't want you to take this as me hating on California. I'm really not. I have never lived in California, as you can tell from my accent. I haven't really spent too much time in America in general, but I have vacationed and gone out there quite a bit, and I love it out there. Great people, lovely sunny weather, and it's absolutely beautiful out there. I prefer living in Tyler, Texas, and I guess you might too, seeing as you're watching the video. So it was just an informative video, not hating on California, absolutely love it out there. But from a lot of the Californians that I've spoken to, they're suited for Texas so much more than California. So if that does sound like you, like I said before, give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email, and I'd love to help you and see what in the world I can do to help you get into your dream Tyler home. If you are from California, leave a comment below. Where are you from? What do you like and what don't you like about California? What's got you moving to Texas? And what do you like about Tyler? If there's anything more you want to see, go ahead and leave that in the comment box as well, and I will make a video on that. Thank you very much for watching till the end. My name is Ronnie Withers, and until next time, cheerio.